Section 1. The Writing Process. Chapter 1. You can write anything. A man may write at any time if he will set himself to it. Samuel Johnson, writer, poet, editor, and lexicographer. With a few simple tools, you can write anything you'll ever have to write, at work, at school, or in your personal life. Business emails and presentations, term papers and application essays, condolence notes and eulogies, even notes to reclaim lost property or letters to fight parking tickets. As I said, anything. I've been teaching writing for nearly 30 years to people of all ages, from high school students to corporate executives and everything in between. In all that time, I've never met a person who can't write, but I have met a lot of people who are intimidated by the writing process. Not to worry. In this book, I'll present a proven process and show you how to make it work for you every time, no matter what you have to write. We'll take care of that in the first few chapters. Then in the rest of the book, which, as you can probably tell, constitutes most of the book, I'll hold your hand through every conceivable type of writing you might ever have to do. If you've ever played one of those children's board games with a circular spinner, where you spin the pointer to determine your next move, you're actually well prepared for my writing process. Here, ladies and gentlemen, is Dr. Laura Brown's writing spinner. Imagine a typical board game spinner, a circle cut in 6 pizza pie segments, labeled Purpose, Reader, Brainstorm, Organize, Draft, Revise. The moves on my spinner will look familiar to you if you've ever taken a writing class or even high school English. You've heard this before. Writing involves figuring out your purpose, identifying your reader, brainstorming your ideas, organizing your content, drafting, and revising. But in most writing classes, these steps are presented in a linear fashion, like this: purpose, to reader, to brainstorm, to organize, to draft, to revise. In theory, following this sequence should get you to a polished draft in an organized and logical way. This system works for some people, but if you're like most people, it probably doesn't work for you. In the real world, most people aren't linear writers. When we read, we start at the beginning and continue until we reach the end. When we write, we start in the middle and fight our way out. Vicky Karp, poet. There's nothing wrong with the 6-step process. What's wrong is dictating the order in which you take the steps. When step-by-step becomes lockstep, it prevents you from being the writer you can be. Successful writers know that it's possible to start anywhere in this process and still emerge with an excellent document. The obvious exception is revising, of course. You can start by brainstorming. You can start by writing an outline. You can start by drafting. In fact, most of my clients and students start here. Maybe you do too. The real key to success is not going through these 6 steps in any particular order, but simply in ensuring that you've touched all these bases at least once as you go through the writing process. For most of us, the process of writing isn't a line, but rather a circle made up of a series of steps. We can start the process with any of the steps on the circle and go around the circle as many times as we like until we're completely satisfied with what we've written. When I am ready to write a book, I write the end first. Marcia Davenport, novelist. In the next chapter, I will show you how to use the spinner approach to discover your own ideal writing process. Once you find your ideal process and practice it a little, writing will be much easier for you. You'll write much faster and your end product will be much better. In the rest of the book, I'll refer to the spinner process frequently, showing you how it can be applied to a wide variety of different writing tasks.